Jack Slater there.
Like, it is glitching to hell and back.
Oh, that was live again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back on here again. That's just being a pain in the backside tonight.
It really, really is.
Come on, Cammy, pull your finger out. You're not even going to make it to Q2 at this rate.
I gotta go with Ronan Saurus, who's just coming up to turn 5.
Approaching the back of Jack Slater here. Coopy's out. He's binned it at turn 8, I think that is. 7 and 8, yeah, he binned it at 7 and 8. So that's Coopy out.
Oh, as Ronan's just coming up to turn 9. I think it is. Turn 9, 10, whatever.
Seems to be a slow moving car ahead of Ronan as well.
Yeah, sorry about that, everyone.
Technical issues.
Yeah.
Bit of an opposite lock flick there from Ronan as well, trying to keep the car on track. He goes
As Ronan,
with an 8
yeah.
Black. 10 thousandths faster than J-Doy and actually splits the two McLarens.
Not too bad, not too bad.
Not at all. Mayspin's going faster though. 4.40 faster in purple to middle sector. It's going around turn 12 now. A lot of curb.
As I'm watching Cammy on his outlap.
Coming out of the last turn now. Oh, we almost ran a bit wide there. That is almost 4 tenths faster. He goes P6 with a 17.7.
I'm just looking for it. Oh my god, Scotty and Kieran. Oh no, never mind. My eyes are deceiving me.
There's 700s between them.
Yeah, yeah, my eyes were deceiving me.
Quite close between the two of them though, in the practice session. As Mayspin's...
As Cammy's now coming up to turn 1.
Mayspin may have just compromised Snitz's lap there. I'm
Ooh.
not 100% sure. Came around turn 4 and just didn't seem to get out of the way fast enough. And now Snitz is backed out of his lap.
Ooh. As I missed Cammy's sector 1 time.
I'm not 100% sure if he did, but obviously that's between those guys, but he did look that way to me. No, it didn't tell me a sector 1 time either. I've just jumped on board with him. Kane Lowry's just started his lap as well.
Oh, Cammy gets a bit of a wobble.
That's going to compromise him completely now. Yeah, he's 3 tenths slower. That's not what he wanted with 4 minutes left on the clock. So I'm going to jump on board with Kane Lowry, see how he takes his lap.
I'm going to go with Schnitzy.
Like I said, I think Schnitz's lap's been thingied, so he'll be starting his lap anytime now. In fact, he just has. I can see him on the track now. Well, that was a bit slow there through 7 and 8 from Kane Lowry. Very gingerly through it. Left right off coming through turn 9. And I don't blame him because that could be hell, that corner.
As
Soros is out.
Oh,
He's binned it at
turn 12?
11. Turn 11.
It's 11, is it?
Binned it coming out of 11. Yeah, he binned it coming out of 11 on the entrance to 12.
Ah.
It's that off-cambered.
Right, yeah,
right-hander. That weird off-camber right-hander. His tail's obviously stepped out and threw him into the left-hand.
As we follow Schnitzy into turn
Kane Lowry goes 8-5
or 9, whatever.
He looks like he's staying on for another lap, so I'm going to stay on with him and see how he does. As Cameron Poulter's now retired as well, but I think he's top of the board, so he's done it in the pits.
I'm waiting for Schnitzy to just cross the line as he comes around the last corner.
I'm paying very close attention to Kane Lowry's time because
and Schnitzy goes
he's
P9.
one of my main rivals for tier 3. Oh, that was almost an invalidation on the exit 5. Oh, and almost again on 8. So close on that white line.
Oh, he's lost it.
Tail. He's lost it, and
That's him out.
on the wall. That is unfortunate.
Jado's currently on a lap.
Tried to carry speed through turn 9 and it just didn't pay off for him. Turn 9, as Kieran says, is one of his favourite words. It's cancer corner, and it really can be. You've got to hit it right.
Oh yeah, 100%. If you don't hit it right, that is gone. As Jado sets a purple first sector.
But he did exactly what I was saying to the guys earlier. He didn't run the outside curb, he ran too much of the inside curb.
Yeah.
And the inside curb's what cost him. So we've got anyone on a lap. I think Schnitzy is, but he's invalidated.
Jadoy.
And he's very slightly improved as well for a second.
Yeah, I'm on board with Jadoy. And it's a 2, yeah.
Almost 3. Oh, he's very wide there though. He's lucky that didn't invalidate him actually.
He goes onto the grass almost.
Yeah, he was very wide coming out of 10. I mean, he may just about still improve, but it depends on his sector 3. That is a lot of curb. You don't want to hit that sausage. That will slow you right down.
And he goes P4.
He does P4. So that was
as El Jobbo is on track.
Joseph's just coming through as well. He was 2/10 up coming out of sector 2 and he's just finishing his lap and goes to almost 3/10 faster. He's gone up to P6. Kieran is on an out lap and he's just starting his lap now.
As I'm just following El Jobbo through 12.
Right on the edge here. Kieran is in danger if Big Lou, Camille, Matey Boy can improve beyond the 18 barrier. So he's out there to try and ensure that he's safe. As Scotty is also out.
And I'm gonna pop on with Cammy, who's just coming up to turn 12. Come on, Cam.
Where is Scott on track actually?
Do this, buddy boy.
He's coming through turn 9, so this is going to be tight as to whether he'll actually make it around in time. I think he will, just about.
As Cammy's taking a lot of curb. He goes wide and he would have been through. But of course, when you invalidate right on the last corner, it invalidates your next corner as well. So that is Cammy out. As Big Lou is 7/10 up. Going into the final few corners.
I'm not sure how Kieran's doing here because I jumped on board with Scott to see if he'd make it and he looks like he has made it. So as Kieran goes P3 with a 17.
Big ol' Woo goes 16th with a 17.9.
Lou, Cammy, Rhinosaurus, Kane Lowry, Aiden and Coopy are all out. So Scott really doesn't even need to set this lap now, he's safe.
Oh yeah.
So he can back out of this lap.
But it's Scott. Will he give up?
No. He's very much like me. Like even if he knows he's safe, he don't care. It's like he just wants to go faster than everybody else, and he won't sandbag it or anything. Like
as we go around turn 8,
9.
Right, this is one thing that is going to annoy me.
If you're going to get the corners, at least get them right. You're going to pull it up now so you can see which corners are which, aren't you?
No.
Right, let's see what his time looks like, because I did miss his sector 2.
Ooh.
Oh, a little bit of tail step out there.
He's going drifting into the pits. And Biggle is...
We're just waiting for Kieran to come round. He'll cross the line. It won't matter that he's on a 20-second
What is Big Lou doing? Going into the pits.
Well, we really didn't need to go in the pits, but it's fine. Just a bit of time wasted from the boys.
Hi. It happened.
But again, that is Coopy out because he crashed. Big Lou in P16 is out. Rhinosaurus is out in P17. Cammy out in P18. Kane Lowry out in P19, who also crashed. And then Aiden Gray, who didn't even set a lap time, out in P20.
Oh, tough one.
Lou's lose 4 for Q2 though. I'll tell you what's actually quite good to see is Jack Slater getting through to Q2. It's he does sometimes, but it's not all that often. So it's quite nice to see him getting out of Q1, being one of my Williams counterparts. So fastest lap there then from Cameron with
yes,
17.162, only 38 thousandths faster than El Jobo, who put his lap in quite early as well, so he didn't really have any track evolution to help him go faster.
Could we see a 16?
I think we might, with a bit of track evolution and nice dry weather, which we've been told it's going to be all dry, so I think it's perfectly possible that we will get into the 16s tonight.
Oh, we're going to have to wait and see.
So we've had a couple of comments. Cammy says, you know I usually have a great quali and a terrible race, so maybe this is omen for something great. And Kieran says, a decent lap, asserting dominance over the BTEC Thompson. The Thompson argument again. Every week, without fail, those two. But it's a little bit quiet in the comments tonight, because, you know, no OSO means no ozone in to liven things up.
Yeah. It does get a bit lonely without the ozone at times.
It does. What we need is some of these other drivers to get themselves a fan base.
Yes.
So we've got El Jobo, Scotty, Sky, Clay and Cameron are all leaving on mediums. Everybody else is on softs.
As we got Schnitzy being the first one leaving the pits. No, it's not. It is Armin.
I was going to say no, I think it's Armin, but I suddenly got a bit of wind then.
Ooh. But yeah, like you said, El Jobo, Scott, Sky, and Cameron Porter on the medium tyre.
I think there was another one as well. I think Clay might have been, but he may have switched back to the softs. I'm sure there was 5 on mediums.
Oh, Armin's lost it.
That's Armin doing pirouettes at turn 7.
Spin!
That is not good because they are the tyres that he would be starting on as well. And he may have just added an extra couple of % of wear to them doing that. Which has now allowed Schnitzy to go to be the first man to cross the start finish line. He comes around turn 12.
So it is Schnitzy, the first one.
Yep, that's what I just said, is he came around turn 12, he's now at 14, 15.
And I'm going to do a lap of Spain with Schnitzy.
A little bit wobbly there coming through 16 on his run down to the start finish line to start his lap. What a curve on the entrance to 1 there. Lifted a bit through 3. Not many people lift through 3 if they can get away with it. You want to stay as flat as possible through there. Good line through 4 though.
Something that I've noticed actually, people with the high downforce setups will not lift through 3.
Yep.
People who don't have
stepped out there in 7 as well.
Yeah.
I tell you what, he carried a lot of speed through 9 though. He lifted on the way in and then planted his foot on the apex and carried it quite well.
Could that be a sign of what to do?
Maybe, because turn 9 is an absolute pain if you get it wrong. That was close to an invalidation as well on the exit 12. His wheel was right on the white line. As he comes out 16 and sets
an 18-1.
18-1-6-1.
Armin sets a 19 flat. Scott sets, as Joseph sets a 16-5.
17-6-1-5. Sociopath goes 18-5 as well.
Ooh.
There's not a lot of time difference between Scott and Sociopath, bearing in mind the tyre difference. As Sky goes 18.2 on the mediums. That is a good lap for a medium.
Let's have a look how Clay's doing, who is just coming to the chicane.
17.7 on the mediums.
Jesus.
So 51.2.
Clay sets a 17.501. Not bad from Clay. As I'm following Cameron Poulter through turn 4 or 5.
Jack Slater as well goes P4 on the soft tyres, which is unusual. It's actually faster than Sociopath.
Ooh.
Usually it's the other way around with these two, so...
Tail stepped out for Cameron and...
Yeah,
almost.
A little bit there through turn 9 as I jumped on board with him as well. This is one of those tracks you've got to have it planted in the right way, because if you don't, the setup just doesn't work for you, then it'll just step out everywhere. That's exactly what you don't want. And it's never predictable either. Corner on a certain lap, and then the next time round it could be just fine.
It's like me at Abu Dhabi.
Corner to step out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's like you say Abu Dhabi, like it will step out at turn 2, and then the next lap round you'll be just fine, and it'll step out at turn 3 instead, or have a random run wide into turn 6 or something.
I'm just on about turn 19.
Yeah, you don't like turn 19 at all, do you?
No.
But Cameron does manage a 17.5 on the medium tyres. So
Kieran's on his outlap and he's just coming up to turn 5.
Both McLarens are on their outlap because J-Doy's also started his now as well. But they both have to be careful as well, because there is the Red Bulls behind them. As
Kieran's
Joseph
invalidated.
on a lap behind Kieran, and Cameron's already let J-Doy pass, so he won't get in the way. In fact, Joseph's invalidated now.
As Kieran
he takes the off-road to let the Red Bull pass, but unfortunately Joseph had already invalidated anyway.
And
Matey Boy is on his outlap as well.
As Kieran's just coming through the chicane.
Jack Slater's
wanting to get past Joseph.
And Cameron's in the 114s as he finishes sector 2, so he's definitely not on a lap. So I don't think we've actually got anyone on a lap now.
Yes, we do. We've got Kieran.
Oh, Kieran's just started his, yeah. Just as I said it, Kieran started his lap.
As we follow him down into turn 1.
Well, you follow
sporting a multicoloured helmet from Kieran for this weekend.
Oh, has he had a helmet change?
Yes, he has.
Golden purple.
And it's a 22 flat. I don't know. I'm not sure.
As J-Doy is running the blue and yellow one, I think it's the one you get from the pass. I can't remember who's is it. Danny Rick?
Yeah. As we go through turn 9 with Kieran. You're welcome, Colin.
At least you got it right this time. As that is J-Doy in the wall. He lost it coming out of turn 7.
Ooh, not going to be very handy.
No, and that is a complete front wing loss as well. So he will need to pit as quickly as possible and go again, because there is only 7.5 minutes left.
And we follow Kieran now into the last corner.
Matey Boy did a 22.1 first sector, which is purple.
And it's an 18.2 for Kieran. He may need to go on the soft tyre. As
very hesitant through turn 7
Scott
there, Matey Boy as well.
Goes to 21.8 in the first sector.
Off into turn 9. Another very, very hesitant into turn 9. You've got to have confidence through turn 9. He does manage purple.
As J-Doy's retired. That's the final corner.
Yeah, that looks like he's gone into the pit wall, perhaps, on his way into the pits.
Yes.
Possibly.
Let's see if his car doesn't disappear before Matey Boy gets there.
Matey Boy. Yeah, it looked... Oh! Matey Boy went straight through it. That didn't help Matey Boy at all. But he does jump up to P7 with an 18.
And that knocks Scott out for the time being.
Scott has to do something here.
As he comes around the last corner, and he goes P9, knocks Sky out.
That's not going to be good enough.
Arman sets a 17-6, goes P4. As Kieran's 4 tenths up.
Yeah. Mason hasn't been out set a lap.
And he goes P7.
He's going to go for one run. But he is set on soft, so he will likely jump that. In fact, Scott is now into P11, so he does need to get in and get some soft.
And he's got 3. Again. He is, 6 tenths down.
He's actually only 3,000 slower than Schnitzy, who is in P10.
Which is crazy.
It is, but would you really want to know that you stayed on the mediums and didn't go for a soft run if you were only 6,000 down? Sorry,
3,000.
3,000 down. I don't even know what I said before, but 3,000 down to Schnitzy on an 18.164 to an 18.161. 3,000 when you could just jump in and grab a set of softs. I know.
We got another couple of comments popping through. I'll just double check.
Is on his outlap. That's Kieran going. I'm going with a 16.8 for pole. So he thinks we will break into the 16s for pole.
Ooh. As Arman jumps into the pit. Matey Boy's on a lap, just under a tenth. Going into the first sector.
Yeah, I think he was out on medium before. I think he's thrown on the softs instead now. Although, no, maybe not, because it does say he's done 2 laps.
Ooh, 2 laps on softs in Spain.
The thing is it...
Oh, he's lost it.
Turn 9. He's killed it at turn 9, so that is him out. We've got Sociopath on an outlap and Macespin on an outlap, who are...
I'll follow Macespin.
One behind the other, so I'll sit on the Sociopath. Snitsy has just started an outlap too, and so has El Jobbo. I'll be surprised if some of these guys don't come out on softs.
That's what Macespin's done. He's waiting for the track evolution.
Yeah, he has. But to be fair, Cameron Poulter is in a good position on those medium tyres.
Oh yes, 100%.
Arman has just stuck a set of softs on, so maybe he's thinking about a cover run just in case he needs it, but I don't think he will in P4.
No. Oh, Macespin's lost it, turn 1.
That's not good.
Well, going into turn 2. Sociopath a 10th. And a bit under his time. As we go through turn 8 with him. Is he going to be hesitant? Not really. As we got Frank Wiz saying, go Sociopath, go.
Great, it's about time one of the other Williams drivers had a fan club. Besides also.
As Sociopath comes on the last corner. And it's a 17-4.
17-4. That takes him into P1.
As Macespin setting himself up for another lap.
I think Scott's about to start a lap as well, and he's done exactly what I said. He's chucked on a set of softs and gone for it. Although he does take a lot of curb coming through 16. I don't normally take that much curb, personally.
As Macespin's officially set the slowest lap on record. A 1:35.3.
Yeah. But if his wing's still intact, then at least he didn't have to pit and cost himself there.
As Macespin's now coming through turn 3, the long right-hander. True.
Just to have a little dig.
And it's 12.5 seconds quicker.
Yeah, I'm not surprised he's 12.5 seconds because that's where his problem came.
As he's coming up to turn
Joseph's joined?
8.
Didn't know Joseph had left.
Neither did I.
We must have missed that
Oh,
straight on the race.
May's been taking a very weird line through turn 9.
And I haven't been paying any attention to Scott's time, I won't lie.
Neither have I with May spins.
Joseph, no. At least you could see a sector 2 time, which was a 50.9, and it was purple. I've just seen it on the stream. As Scott goes with a 17.8, which only takes him up to P8.
And May's been set a 17.5.
So
I'm gonna pop on with Sky, who's just about across the line, 17.3.
Improved from sector 1 as he goes very hesitant through 9.
As we truly find out who is the B-Tech Thompson now.
Well, if Kieran can carry this, it will take him to about 17.6, judging by his time from sector 2, but that if he doesn't find a bit more time through sector 3.
And it's a 17.2. Jeez. Hello, Kieran.
It's nice to see you finally woke up just as the checkered flag drops.
Yeah, Scott's 7.2 seconds down, so we are going to be losing Scott.
Second down. May spins 5. So I think everybody is now on
just fighting for track position.
Laps. Yeah, this is just everybody on their in laps. So we are going to lose Scotty, Matey Boy, Snitsy, and J-Doy.
Yeah. Scott's in the pits. Now we're just waiting for May spin, Sky,
and Kieran. I think Kieran will be the last man around.
Yeah.
He is. And he's taking his sweet old time to get there too.
Yeah.
On a back quarter throttle.
Come on, Kieran.
Maybe he's trying to conserve his tyres to start the race.
Maybe.
Hence he didn't take those corners there, he's trying to conserve the tyres. But at least he didn't go
Pardon me.
And make us wait forever for him. And
Pardon me.
You heard the difference when he crossed the line because the AI picked it up and floored it. So Kieran reckons a 16.8 for pole then. We'd only have to find another 4 tenths on what is just set for the top time in Q2, and it was only, what is it, a tenth faster than that for Q1?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And that was Cameron Poulter. So, who you got for pole then? We've had some pretty tasty times so far. Bearing in mind, Cameron Poulter did set a 17.5 on mediums. I think it was in Q1.
Quicker than Kieran.
Kieran reckons there'll be a 16.8 for, you know, track evolution and that. He thinks a pole will be a 16.8, which would be actually faster than my TT time. So that would be
and it's a top 9 shootout.
It is a top 9 shootout because we lost Sky in P10. I think he crashed on the way in. I think.
Yeah, pit lane crash.
Screwed him. Yeah, I'm going to say all the games screwed him because he retired. One of the two, but I did see him retire. I thought he'd already entered the pits when he retired, so I didn't think anything to it. And I didn't check the list when we were waiting just now either. Because I'd already read everyone out who had already crashed out or gone out through. Not
and it is Armin who is out first.
Yeah, again.
Yeah, again.
Hopefully he can manage to make it round turn 8 this time without crashing on his outlap. So no surprise, everybody on softs. Although strangely I have seen people out on mediums in Q3 for some bizarre reason.
I've seen them out on Q1.
The best one I think I've ever seen is when people accidentally go onto inters or wets by mistake when they're trying to change the tyres during a dry race. Safety car comes out and you're flicking through your tyres and then you end up coming out on inters.
Yeah, very overheat.
Yep. I've seen so many people do that. That's an interesting coloured helmet from Armin as well. Orange.
Yeah.
Actually, is it blue or is it purple? It looks like a really dark blue, but then the light captures it and it actually looks purple.
I'm not too sure.
I think that might be orange and purple. When
Very
the shades
nice.
over it, it looks like a dark navy blue, but then when the light captures it, it almost goes purple. Like a dark purple. It's quite nice.
As Armin now coming up to turn
Combination
1.
you should think of.
You know, I've always noticed this. I've pointed out a couple times in the Discord. Armin's username is Armin86.
Yep, and he's running with the number 86.
Yeah.
I caught a good one. I think it might have been in the F2s. Or it might have been last week doing the F1s. There was 2 drivers on the same team with the same number.
What?
Yeah,
As Armin's invalidated.
I think it was the 2 Ferraris, perhaps. It might have been the F2s. It might have been one of the red F2s. Anyway, both drivers of the cars had the identical same numbers.
Strange. That should not happen.
It shouldn't, but it did. It was quite interesting. As Cameron goes at 50.8 for sector 2.
As he's now coming up.
Turn 13. We almost did wide
Thank
there
you.
as well. 14, 15. The little chicane there. And around 16. Just rubbing a bit of curb there, which ain't too bad. It seems to use all of the DRS.
Ooh, hello.
16.9. Kieran called it. He said it was going to go 16.8. I mean, that's not a million miles off. We're into the 16s. As Mayspin goes 17.5. Can we find another 81,000, 82,000 and actually break into the 16.8s?
I'm not sure, but if there's one person I know we could.
Oh, as Jack Slater loses it out of turn 2, he just took too much curb. So, who else have we got there on a lap?
As Cammy says, first time since Australia we haven't had a Merc in Q3 in Tier 2. This has been your Cammy Mo fact of the day.
Well, that's a great fact, but something else I noticed, and I pointed out to the guys earlier in the practice session, was for the first time all season, Mercedes has finally dragged themselves off the bottom of the constructors table. They are now P9 instead of P10.
Way.
And their replacement, McLaren.
Aww.
Yep. I was having a little look at it the other day and I noticed for the first time that Mercedes have actually dragged themselves off the bottom of the table.
Oh no.
I was looking at the point difference for P2, 3 and 4 because there's quite a close battle going on with the Williams, the Alfa Romeo and the Haas for P2. And I noticed while I was doing that the McLarens had dropped down the table and finally Mercedes have dragged themselves off the bottom where they've been all season.
Al Jobber with a 17 flat. As Jack Slate is just about to come on the line and it's a 41 flat.
So we've got Kieran on an outlap, Joseph on an outlap and Armin on an outlap.
Yeah, it is Armin who's going to cross the line first.
I'm just on board with Kieran as he takes turn 9. So yeah, I think that's the helmet he's been running for a while, although he may have changed it slightly. The colours are the same. Green, gold, white, purple. You know how superstitious he is with his helmets and stuff.
Yeah, he's very superstitious. Which I've never really understood.
Gonna full send it on the next lap, took a few corners a bit cautiously. So he's gonna try and break into that 16.8 ballpark that Kieran suggested.
Cameron, you've only got to find 82 thousandths of a second.
The thing is, think of it this way. Even if he goes full send and doesn't manage to make it because he crashes on that lap, he's still currently pole position. He's our provisional pole anyway.
Yeah, but he will go to the back if he crashes.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not in Q3. Nope, not in Q3. QWERTY did it round 2 or 3. He crashed out and they thought that it would swap his position, but it didn't.
Oh wait, yeah, we had that little...
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember now.
It was round 2 or round 3.
Oh, Arman invalidates on the last corner.
It might have been round 3, it might have been Hungary.
Was Kieran's invalidators also?
Yeah, Kieran's just invalidated as well, yeah. Joseph hasn't, but he seems to have backed out of his lap. Clay's on an out lap. He's coming down on the run to turn 10. See, I found that even...
As Kieran's going into the pits?
I found that I need to do an out lap and then a fuel burner lap before I can set a lap around here, because the car's just too heavy. It's either that or you just go for 2 laps. As that is Clay winding it up, coming out of turn 16, ready to start his lap, so I'm going to stay on with him.
So I'm on board with Joseph at the moment, just coming through turn 4.
A lot less curb through turn 1, 2, a lot of curb through turn 3 though. That's pushed him out way wide. That has not helped his time at all there. A little bit of curb on turn 4. A little bit on 5 as well. That was a good line through 5.
And Joseph's 11 seconds down.
Lap.
Yeah.
Joseph with a 31 was almost there, but Jack Slater with a 41.
Ooh.
Which is even slower than Mayspin last time out.
Talking to Joseph, he has just come through turn 15.
Clay's just gone purple middle sector, but I did miss the time because I was talking about Jack Slater's slow lap.
As Joseph goes P4 with a 17.5.
A little bit of curb there that just seemed to kick the car slightly sideways there for Clay. That is 17.6, that is P5. But
A whole tenth away from Joseph.
Oh no, he is, he's lifted off now. Exactly a tenth as well.
Yeah.
So, Sociopath P6 is on a lap now himself as well. See, the thing is, I think Clay could have gone faster than that. He had a terrible run through turns 2 and 3. He just got a little bit of curb and got him completely wrong.
Right, we got Mr. Full Send out now.
Oh, Mr. Full Send's out there, is he?
Yeah, Mr. Full Send.
Down with Mr. Full Send.
Oh, I will.
Just sitting on with Sociopath for a minute and just seeing how his lap turns out. He's got about 4 tenths to find Clay, but I don't know what sector 1 time was because I missed it.
And here we go, a lap with Cameron.
6 tenths. That was a 50.7 middle sector.
He was not joking about Full Send.
Well, sometimes you just have to full send and hope for the best.
He is 73 thousandths off of his personal best. No, he's beaten it by 73 thousandths.
Sociopath goes almost 8.5 tenths faster and goes up to P3 with a 17.189. That is about 3.5 tenths faster than Mayspin in P4. So that was a great.
Oh, it's Cameron invalidates.
Jack Slater did go an 18.1, but unfortunately was invalidated. So he wouldn't have.
Al Jobbo's beating it a 16.6.
There it is. They broke the 16.8 that Kieran called. That is.
And talking to Kieran, he's just coming up.
On a lap as he comes past one of the Red Bulls.
That is Cameron Porter.
Someone said that must be Cameron. Oh, he took a lot of curb there on the exit of 15. does go 17.1 though, so that is...
Right, I am going to stick on with Cameron.
6,000 slower than Sociopath.
And I am going to turn times off for just a sec.
You just want to see what you can do at the end of the lap.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
He is a tenth, just over a tenth quicker.
Yeah, I'm sitting on board with him myself now.
Mr. Full Send.
You weren't kidding, he took 7 and 8 really well.
Ooh.
He didn't lift either there through 9, but he got a bit wobbly on the exit.
He's just under half a tenth now.
It's not recommended to take that off Campbell one flat out, but he did. Oh, Jobbo's call there. Luckily that was ghosted and didn't put him off.
A 16.8.
16.8. Well, he got 16.8, but that is going to keep him P2 because El Jobbo.
Kieran's gone P4, and now we're just waiting on Armin.
Yeah, Kieran was P4 anyway. 6 thousandths off of Sociopath. And I'm actually on board with Sociopath now, and I don't know what his sector 2 time was, so it'll just be see what his lap time is.
Yeah, Cameron was not joking about a full send lap.
No, he was not. As Sociopath does manage a purple third sector and goes almost 3/10 faster, but that is still only a 16.9. So that will have just secured third place for him there, I think. As Jack Slater is coming into the pit, so that will be our slowest time of the day, and it will stand on the board. As
Armin sets a 17.5.
Has set a 17.5, yeah, and moves to P7. So that is our top 9 then, which is El Jobbo, Cameron Poulter on the front row, Sociopath and Kieran on the second row, Mason and Joseph on the third row, Armin and Clay on the fourth row, and Jack Slater will be joined by Sky on the fifth row, who finished in P10 in Q2, but did unfortunately crash out. We're just waiting for Jack Slater to get into the pits.
Yeah, as you do.
As I think Blue's just left the session.
Oh.
Not entirely sure why. Not the best time to leave the session.
No, as I found out last week.
Yes, you did.
El Jobbo, who has got pole, followed by Cameron Poulter after a savage lap.
Yeah, he
Sociopath in P3. Kieran in P4, Mazespin in P5, Joseph in P6, Armin in P7, Clay in P8, Jack Slater in P9, and as you said, Sky joining Jack Slater on the 5th row in P10.
As Big Lou's just rejoined us. First to 8th is covered by just less than a second. 13 thousandths less than a second, actually.
That is nuts.
That's pretty close. I mean, bearing in mind that there's about 2.5 tenths between P3 of Sociopath and P4 of Kieran.
Yeah.
So to have top 8 covered by less than a second is still quite impressive.
Oh, it is.
I mean, to be fair, Jack Slater was like 24 seconds slower, but you know, is what it is. Kieran, that's the best I could do. Well,
sometimes
P4's still pretty good though. As Cameron says, lost it a little through turn 9. Yeah, I did actually pick up on that. You took it flat, and I saw you have a little wobble on the exit.
But he stuck through it.
Yeah, I mean, you stuck through it and you didn't lose it, so that's impressive in itself. Cameron says, can I get my insults now, lad, since I didn't need them in quali? Well, technically you did get them in quali. I just started them early because you had a terrible, like, turn 16, you almost crashed into the pit wall. And then
Cammy?
turn 2 and you did a little spin, so we thought you turned into a ballet dancer. So
right,
you've already had your
Cammy.
abuse. Don't ask for any more.
From one Mercedes to another.
Crash.
Well done, Valtteri. You've gone to Alpha.
Don't insult him by sending him to Alpha. Alpha's doing better than Mercedes at the minute.
I just called him Valtteri Bottas. He got dropped from Mercedes.
Yeah, I know exactly what you were saying, but within our league, Alpha's doing better than Mercedes, so please don't insult the Alphas. That's not fair on them. Although, to be fair, if you did go there, maybe they wouldn't score as many points, and Williams could keep P2.
Ooh.
We're trying. I mean, we're never going to catch up with Ferrari, so the best we can do is P2.
As I'm quickly gonna look at tyres. We've got Scotty Schnitzy on tyres. On hard tyres. El Jobo, Cameron, Arman, Colby, Biggle, Woo, Cammy and Aiden Gray on mediums. The rest are on softs.
But remember, those top three on the mediums, that being Arman, Cameron and El Jobo, they actually had to use those qualifying those tyres. So,
yes.
So theirs will be very, very slightly worn from qualifying. So they won't be able to go quite as far into the races, Culpy, Big Lou, Cammy or Aiden. So before the race starts...
Oh, Cameron spun it.
I was going to say, who do you think is going to crash first? But then Cameron just went ahead and span out anyway. And who do you think is going to be on the podium at the end of this race?
I'm going to go Clay, J-Doy, and Scott.
That's quite bold calls considering where those three are starting in P8, P11 and P14. And apart from Scott, the others are starting on the soft tyres as well.
We'll just have to wait and see what happens.
So for the first time, Kieran actually qualifies somewhere decent and you don't even think of him for a podium.
Nah. Kieran's going to Bennett within the first 5 laps.
And then you know what's going to happen.
He's not.
No, if he bins it in the first 5 laps, we're just going to blame his feet. And then blame Holly for telling us about them.
I completely missed this.
Holly called Kieran Hobbit feet in the F2 comments. We've got a predicted pit stop strategy, medium hard 13-15, and there was a medium soft medium, but I didn't catch it because I was too busy talking about
Kieran, I'm going to go on board with him to look at the start.
I'm going to start at the back with Aiden. I'm actually going to ride on board and see if there's any carnage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we're away.
Wrong Thompson. Scott has a drive-through for a jump start. So that is a terrible start from the Mercedes team. He's also losing places by the looks of it as well.
It looks to be very, very clean.
Very, very cautious into turn 1. I say he's very cautious and then he just dives it around through 5
Kieran
drives,
going
moves up to P30.
for a move around the outside in turn 3 on Sociopath.
So
and now turn 4.
Snitsy, both span out at the back there for some reason. Kane Lowry is at the back still. He's on the back of Big Lou. Almost chewing.
Oh, Mace been going round the inside of Clay.
Ooh, Kane Lowry's under fueled as well. He has got a yellow fuel symbol, so he is under fueled, as is Cammy, who's just overtaken J-Doy.
And Kane Lowry taking turn 9 flat.
Yeah, he also made that move on Big Lou there somewhere that I missed as well.
Turn 9, as Mace Bin's doing Mace Bin things.
Good. Clay's also under fueled, so we've actually got 3 drivers under fueled. Snitsy's having a rotten time there, he just seems to not stay on track. But he has got all of his front wing intact, so I'm not entirely sure why. Macebin has completely
Cameron Porter giving El Jobo a hard time.
So So we've already got 3 drivers in the pits. We've got J-Doy, Scotty, Big Lou, and now there's a fourth one. Schnitzy's just entered the pits, and Mayspin, which I expected. Yeah, but I expected Mayspin. He was still out on track when I said it.
And
so Scotty has just taken his drive. So this strategy is medium, hard, 14, 16. It's now saying soft, medium, medium. I think it was about 7, 9, and 16, 21, something like that. But it keeps disappearing off my screen before I can read the second half of it. So J-Doy and Big Lou take a set of softs, Schnitzy and Mayspin take a set of mediums, and Armin also has a set of mediums.
It's Clay.
And as I said, Scott just served his drive-through, so he's got the world of ground to make up now.
Clay giving Kieran a little bit of a hard time right on his gearbox. And it's 7-8, 2023, 6-8, 18-22.
Nah, that was close. I said like 16, 21, something like that. That was looked a bit wide there from Clay. He may have got a warning for that on the exit of 15.
Yeah.
As he is.
DRS is now enabled, and
yep. We have a car not moving. That is J-Doy. That is on the exit of 8.
Someone did a spin.
He's gone around again. Yeah, I think his tyres are a bit hot because he's got all of his wing intact. So, and that is Scott back in the pits.
Clay trying all sorts to get past Kieran, and Kieran's having none of it.
Scott actually needed a wing, but the game made him take his drive-through first. He may not have told him that he needed a box, so it forced him on his drive-through first. So now he is out on a fresh set of mediums with a new wing.
Well, Kieran's got 2 laps to bin it.
Well, based on your prediction, as we aren't far away from...
And there he is.
being lapped.
He's gone round.
Yep, yeah, that's turn 12. One of my least favourite places. I bet he caught that inside curb and span him round. So,
Matey Boy almost went round.
3 laps. Armin has been lapped already, and J-Doy is just coming through turn 3 as El Jobo's just coming down to turn 1. So he's
Ronan
as well.
Getting closer to Matey Boy, braking a little earlier than he should be. But nonetheless,
guys are thinking, I need to let go of my wheel. I'm using my wheel to control everything. As Lowry now picks up the first penalty besides Scotty's drive-through. 3 seconds for running track limits. Yeah, I'm using my wheel to control it because I switched my remote off now. I started using a wireless headset, and I keep like imitating what the drivers are doing as J-Doy's just DNF. And that is quite far down.
Full
the straight.
safety car.
That is a safety car. If you jump on board with El Jobo, you'll see his car. He's quite far down the straight to have binned it out of turn 9.
Oh. So that will help the likes of...
That will help Scotty, Schnitzy, Mayspin and Big Lou, but it won't help Armin, who's already been lapped by most of the field.
Oh. Where is Armin currently?
Continues to be a lap down. He's just coming down the...
He is behind Kieran.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say, behind Kieran. It has to be Kieran, because Kieran's the only...
As Scott's just raced the safety car. And El Jobo's in the pits.
Now, what we want to stay on with is whoever's going to pick up that safety car. Because as we well know, this is a horrible, horrible place for picking up the safety car.
And it will be Cameron.
It will be Cameron. So we've got quite a few people in the pits. We've got Sociopath, Clay, El Jobo, Kane Lowry, Joseph, Matey Boy, Jack Slayer, and Kieran, and Sky. I'm trying to keep up with them all because they're all moving as they're overtaking each other in the pit lane. Yeah, there we go. Cameron knows about the issue with the safety car and has picked it up quite well. We don't want a rerun of Dan from last season.
Can I just point out, Aiden is in 3rd from last.
Yes, I know. You didn't actually catch him into turn 1, whereas I did. He was very, very hesitant, and then about 5 cars got all bunched up on the outside of turn 1, and all he did was just drive up the inside of them, around the outside of 2, and there was a couple of spinners, and he was in P13 by the time he'd exited turn 2.
Oof.
Yeah. I was on board when that happened. It was a great line he took. You want to try and get his footage off him later and just watch his race start. He's very, very hesitant into turn 1, just staying off the back of the pack, and then just drives through, because he must have known there was going to be carnage. You know what turn 2's like.
Oh yeah.
So it was well thought out and well controlled from Aiden. So surprisingly, the only cars that are still on the soft is Rhinoceros, who's 4 laps in, and I must have made a mistake because Kane Lowry is still on his soft tyres. I thought he'd pitted. He must have just been amongst everybody's names that were moving during the pit stop. So everybody from Kane Lowry upwards hasn't yet pitted. Sociopath though has gone onto the hard tyres, as has Jack Slater, so they must be thinking end of the race on these tyres.
It'll be a stretch, but if they think they can do it.
Maybe they'll think one more stop, maybe for a set of softs towards the end.
Yeah.
We all know how far hard tyres can go. I mean, they're going to get, what, lap 6? Well, they've done 1 lap, so this will be the second lap. The safety car will probably come in on this lap if Scott can catch up, which he's only just coming out of 16 as they're entering 2 and 3, so it should be perfectly possible for him to catch up. The safety car will come in this lap, so that will be lap 6, so they'll start racing again at 7, and for some reason Armand's in AI. And then that'll put them, what, 26 laps?
Something
that's
like that.
Tall ask, isn't it? I mean, 21, 22 is kind of average for the hards, but then again, this isn't the longest track in the world either. So, I mean, what is it, like 117, 118 a lap for qualifying? There is a lot out there that are in the, you know, 20 or 30 seconds beyond that ballpark, so.
Yeah. As we got the message from race control.
So, I mean, realistically, I think they really could go to the end on these tyres. If they look after them, if they don't push them too hard and don't get stuck behind other cars, that's just going to cause them to burn out prematurely from dirty air.
Yeah, it is around about 26 laps.
Yeah.
I don't know.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 27. We forgot to count lap 7. We were going 7 to 13 and then adding 20. We forgot to count lap 7, so it's 27 laps.
That is a tall order. And a big ask.
But then, saying that, they could go majority of the way, and like I said, come in late for a
and we are away, and Cameron going defensive straight away.
See, unfortunately for Sociopath, he already is over a second behind Kane Lowry due to the fact that Kane Lowry is on the softs, and Armand forced an extra gap between them because that's where Armand slotted between Kane Lowry and Sociopath.
But Aiden looking for a move on Ronan.
Kieran's just made a move on Jack Slater as well. As does Mayspin.
Mayspin's doing Mayspin things.
No, he isn't. No, there's a little battle going on between Big Lou, Schnitzy, Mayspin. Kieran kind of got out ahead of it. Scott's now making his way through it. Jack Slater, Schnitzy, Mayspin and Big Lou are all having a little bit of a battle. As Big Lou now gets a 5-second penalty for ignoring a yellow flag. Which means he... Hold on, we still got full track yellows.
Oh yeah.
So that may be because they've illegally overtaken each other then. Because we've still got full track yellows after the safety car.
We had this glitch last season.
Yeah, we did. We had this glitch last season. That's how I know what's going on, because it's happened already once before.
What is the full track yellow for? Nothing.
But the thing is, if only Big Lou's got it, why hasn't Scott, Kieran, Mayspin, Schnitzy and Jack Slater? Because they've all been overtaking each other. Because theoretically it would be an illegal overtake under yellow flag conditions.
Yeah, Ronan's just tried to overtake Cameron.
And then backed out of it again.
Yeah.
as Scotty's now dropping places. That's because he's off at turn 3. I think Jack Slater's struggling on those hard tyres as Scott retakes that position, because Jack Slater drops slower just to kind of let him past. I think, again, that's down to the yellow flags. I think it was illegal overtake.
Yeah.
Even though Scott technically weren't even really on the track at all. We may get a lap or 2 of this. Well, this being the second lap of it, hopefully it'll stop at the end of this lap.
Fingers crossed.
For a lap or 2. And then it sorts itself out. It's a bit annoying as well because it ruins the races. That's now Cammy going the wrong way as well.
Cam says, how many penalties under yellow? Just Bigelow.
It's just Big Lou as race control DRS enabled, but there's no point in DRS because we're still full track yellows.
And Holly says Kieran will crash right away. Hashtag Hobbit feet.
You know what I mean? That's what I mean about Holly popping in with Kieran and his Hobbit feet. This is what I was explaining to you earlier. She started this back in the F2
Mace
a couple of
Bin's
weeks ago.
trying to get into the pits.
So, no, Mace Bin's DNF.
He's had enough.
Oh, he must have retired in the pit lane because that is him trundling down the pit lane.
As Pam says, boys, yes, Steve?
Yes, Stephen, how can we help you? Ooh, that was a bit twitchy from Aiden as you're on board with him. I just watched keep an eye on
okay,
it. Well, obviously we are. This is now the 3rd lap of
as Ronan's
yellows.
lost it.
Ronan's just lost it. As I say, this is the 3rd lap of continuous yellows, so I mean it's kind of annoying for the guys, but I mean I suppose Lou could appeal to have his penalty removed.
I'm not sure what's gonna go on because it's the 4th lap now.
This is now the 4th lap, yeah. We may have to consider
as Bigelow's gone.
Bigelow's binned it anyway, so that's not going to make any difference, his penalty. That's El Jobo's gone as well.
We're all dropping like flies.
Yeah, safety car. That is an odd place to drop it as well, on the entrance to 4. What is going on? So we've done 4 laps since the safety car came in and we're still under yellow flag conditions, although we now have a new safety car release. But 4 laps, that means nobody's been able to swap positions. And the thing is, we can't just say, oh yeah, you know, kind of restart guys in the same positions, because some of these guys have got like 9 and 10 laps on their tyres.
Yeah.
Which then is going to give them an advantage over the guys who have actually pitted. As Cameron and Aiden have both pitted.
Kane Lowry's now in the pits.
Yeah, Kane Lowry's also pitting. I'm not surprised that Kane Lowry pitted. As Cameron comes out and enters.
What?
No, I'm not kidding you. He's coming out and enters. He's done the exact thing I said earlier on about accidentally flicking too far. I bet he wanted hard tyres and he went too far on his way into the pits. And he selected inters instead of hards. As Aiden has now come out on hards. Ronosaurus, Kane Lowry, Cammy are all out on mediums. Sky has switched to the soft after 5 laps.
As Cameron says, I didn't select them and I'm not repeating what he's just said.
Didn't select them. Yeah, we know what that means, but we're not going to repeat that bit.
Yeah.
So hopefully after this safety car, let's go with the pack. We should hopefully get going again after a disastrous 4 laps. But that is now Cameron going to be going right to the back because he is going to need to pit again. Armin, it's saying he's now 2 laps down.
Yeah.
In fact, he's so far behind that he hasn't actually passed how far Mayspin, Bigelow and El Jobbo got.
Oh, wow.
So he's actually still P19, although the rest of the field is only down to P15. Which is Sky, who's way out at the back there, just coming through turn 8 and 9.
Cameron says he had softs selected.
Then that sounds like a game problem. Again. That just sounds like another bug that's added to the stupidity of... Oh, Schnitzy's gone off track. I'm on board with Cameron now, myself, and Schnitzy just went a bit sideways, as he is now pulling into the pits for the second time. And he has selected the hard tyres.
Was Armin actually in P19 or is he third? Just wondering. Armin is in P19.
No, Armin is P19. The reason he's sitting there in what appears to be third is because he's 2 laps down. Cameron, RIP my race. Yeah, Armin is 2 laps down now and is only sitting in what appears to be P3 because he can't be released by Clay or Kulpi for the safety car.
Yeah.
I mean, if he could get past the pair of them, and the game allowed him to pass the pair of them, I suppose he could unlap himself by a lap.
Where's Michael Massey when you need him?
Will allow. Yeah, it just depends whether the game will allow it to happen. It almost looks like he's thinking about having a go at it, actually. He kept looking down the right side of Clay just then, on the run into turn 7. Though he does appear a little buggy as well.
Yeah.
Giving a bit of a bounce around.
As safety car's not in this lap.
It's just told us we've gone back to lap 6.
There we go.
Safety car in this lap. Look at the board.
Yeah.
It's saying we're lap 6. Hold on. On board with Armin we're lap 6. But if you jump on board with any other driver,
it's lap
they're
12.
all saying lap 12. Lap 6 is when the safety car came in and we had solid yellows for 4 laps. And then the safety car came back out because of another crash. It looks like there's a bug with Armin.
Right, let's see if the yellow flag issue is now sorted. It is. No, it's not.
No, it's still out on track. It's not on the board, but it is still on track. If Clay and Kulpi drives off track, you can pass. Yeah. Yeah, but they're not going to do it, are they? So now it says Armin is only 1 lap down. As Rhinosaurus and Jack Slater are switching positions. Although we don't have yellow flags. Yeah, J-Doy says Armin game's bugged. Yeah, that's exactly what I was just saying. I think he's bugged. Because everyone else is on lap 13. Oh, now he's caught up, he's on 13. But weirdly, the whole track map's saying we're still yellow, but we've got, and there's still yellow flags being waved all over the track. I can see them from Kulpi's onboard.
Yeah.
As Jack Slater picks up penalty for multiple warnings. I just want to see what happens if somebody actually makes a pass.
That's what I'm looking out on the map for.
I'm looking at Sky. Sky appears to be the closest to making a pass on camera.
Kane Lowry's on the back of Jack Slater.
Jack Slater as well, yeah. Schnitzky's picked up 3 seconds, multiple warnings. So these are just normal penalties that are coming out at the minute. Now theoretically, if Sky gets a good run here on camera, he should be able to make a pass. No, he's got a terrible exit out of turn 15.
Armin needs to leave apparently.
Well, unfortunately we don't control that, Stephen.
As Clay's now gone round.
Sector 1, yellow flag. And we finally got green flags all around the track.
Whee!
We are finally properly back racing.
What's
so
that?
It only took
8 laps?
7 laps. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, at start 14. Yeah, so 7 or 8 laps here. Oh, there's a bit of contact there between Sky and Camry.
Ooh.
And we've got full yellows again, all round the track.
Oh, great.
I think we may need to call this off and
I've already told.
lap 7.
I've already told Chloe about it. She's talking to Dan.
I was going to say we went all wrong at lap 7, so
Wait,
I think we need to drag
it's
it back
gone.
to lap 7, and now it's gone again. I was going to say drag it back to lap 7 and continue from lap 7, which is where we were.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe run 25% instead of as we got DRS.
I'm not sure. This is weird.
50 after. I don't even know. The game's screwing us again. Ooh, can we be careful that you're going to close the door on Sky, and that's not going to go well for anyone. Schnitzy is in the pits, but I do believe he had a bit of an accident. So Allman is now 10 minutes and 50 seconds behind Schnitzy, who's in the pits, according to the game.
Yeah, he's 7 laps down, apparently.
Yeah, but even though it does say he's on lap 15.
Mm-hmm.
And it does say he's under fuel as well. And he is trying to unlap himself on Coolpy at the minute. But for some reason he doesn't have DRS even though he's sniffing Coolpy's gearbox. That's weird. Because you should be getting DRS off of Coolpy. Not unless you just didn't open it, but...
God knows. As Coolpy drops into the pit.
So Armin is going to be able to...
So that is Armin unlapped.
But he is still 10 minutes and 50 seconds down. And he's now got Sociopath sniffing his gearbox. Sky goes for the fastest lap of a 1 minute 20.051.
And it is now Sociopath into the lead.
This has been one hell of a disaster since lap 7.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think if I was Armin, I'd just retire at this point.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Almost 11 minutes down, and all he's doing now is just getting in the way, you know, of everyone trying to overtake him because he's so far behind. And it's not necessarily his fault, as we get a yellow flag sector 2. That is Aiden off the track at turn 7 and 8.
Ooh.
He almost would have got done there for driving the wrong way. That was close. Seemed to drive the wrong way on the grass as he span around. He's lucky he didn't get done, as he gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings and then spins at turn 9. He's not having much luck on those hard tyres.
No, he is not.
So as it stands so far then, we've got Sociopath, Joseph and Kieran on the podium, as Joseph makes a pass on Sociopath there under DRS, and so does Kieran.
Not bad.
That was a double overtake there on Sociopath. Although to be fair, he didn't do a lot to defend it, because he probably knew he couldn't with DRS anyway, because that is quite a long straight. And so far, Holly's prediction of Kieran's race hasn't come true yet, nor is yours. You said lap 5, and she went, he's not going to get anywhere because he's got hobbit feet. So, as Armin's joined us. Armin's joined us? I didn't know Armin had left us.
Neither had I.
So when I was on board with him, he was ghosted. It must have been AI. And that may have been what caused the bug if Armin had left.
I'm not sure.
It depends when he left, because I didn't see him leave.
I didn't.
Skip back a little bit on the stream and see if I can catch it. So he actually left on lap 17 as the guys were entering turn 1. I was busy looking at Sociopath. So whilst we were busy watching Sociopath being overtaken by Kieran and Joseph, he left and he came back just now. So it literally just happened. So he must have heard what we were talking about or saw what Hound said.
Yeah.
But I mean, in all fairness, I think if I was him, I would have just retired at this point. I mean,
oh yeah, as Kieran's now battling Joseph as Ram 3.
I mean, theoretically speaking, could unlap himself from the guys ahead, and if somebody else crashed, he might pick up a point. But there's kind of no guarantees. We don't really know what's going on anymore at this point.
He's just overtaken Mayspin.
Yeah, but he's now 14 minutes behind. That is probably the biggest gap we have ever seen between two cars.
Oh yeah.
Probably by quite a long way, actually, in fact, as well. Now, if Kieran plays his cards right here and doesn't bin it in the next couple of corners...
Sky's gone round.
He could get a run at Joseph. I was going to say and take the lead of the race, but Joseph's pitted.
But now Kieran's got to try and defend from Sociopath.
Yeah, but Kieran should have the RS as well.
Yeah, he does.
I'm going to say because he would have had it from Joseph pitting.
As Armin just said, I think the game glitched me. I was right behind Copy in P2.
Well, I don't know what the hell happened, is my answer to that.
Yeah, neither do I.
He's making positions back. He's now up to P17.
Whee! Come on, Armin.
So he should go P16 soon. Because didn't crash far behind those two.
I'm following Sociopath and Kieran as Cameron overtakes Cammy.
His matey boy is actually right on the back of their little battle as well. But in honesty, I think in terms of tyres, I think Sociopath's in the best position here. Because those hard tyres have still got quite a bit left in them. Those medium tyres, they go off for a little while, then they come back in. They go out about lap 8 and come in around 13. And they last for a few more laps, and then they kind of just fall off.
Yeah.
As my point proven by going a bit faster, Kieran goes 1:19.884 as the fastest lap. Like I said, come back in for a bit and then they'll go again. Ooh, a little bit wide there from Sociopath. Just allowing that gap to open up a bit more to Kieran. Then he gets a better run going through turn 4.
I'm still watching this battle between Cameron, well, from 6th to 9th.
Pitted again. And he's put wets on.
Oh.
What? What on earth is going on today?
God knows.
Check that. Yep, no, he's definitely put wets on. I was just checking.
As Armin says, can he have an invite?
I don't know why he pitted again. Yeah, there you go. So Armin is 8 laps behind everyone. Have you got it, or do you want me to do?
Could you do that for me? As Joseph's now retired.
Honestly, I'm not surprised. But did he actually do it in the pits still?
He's just exiting the pits.
Yeah, he's just exiting the pit lane, so technically he was still in the pits. I don't blame him, his race has just been screwed by it. But that does mean that in 8 laps time, Armin can overtake him and collect a point. If he ever gets back in and stays here long enough to actually complete the 8 laps. Come on.
As we've got a yellow flag sector 1, and Cameron's going to try it around the 8. Ooh. This is a nice little battle.
There's Armin. And invite sent.
Thank you very much.
So, Scotty has actually pitted. He was on the back of Sociopath and Kieran. And Matey Boy seems to have lost some ground because he was right on the back of those as well. He's lost a position to both Rome
and Joseph says, what did I just do? And Jado says Kieran's first.
What you just did was put wet tyres on. We don't know why. We have no
and Steve says I'm playing Gran Turismo 7.
great stuff. We're trying to watch the remains of a Formula 1 race, as I've just seen on your screen there. I think Cameron gave Matey Boy a bit of a shove. Armin is still getting points for being laps himself, right? Yep, absolutely.
He doesn't even have to unlap himself. Well, he has to unlap Joseph.
He has to complete 8 more laps to effectively pass the point where Joseph retired, and then he will pick up 1 point. In fairness, I probably would have already given up, but that's besides the point. This has not been a great race for anyone. I can only hope ours goes better. As
I don't know.
Had someone crash. I think that's Sky.
Yes, it is.
That is Sky. That is Sky out of turn 2. But luckily didn't lose any places because Snitsy was the next person back and he lost a bit of ground himself. So he does now have Snitsy sniffing at his gearbox. And I've completely lost the gap.
And Armin asks, did I ruin anyone's race? No.
Not really, no. I mean, you've basically been ghosted for the whole race, so... Besides when the safety cars came out. Why is Kieran abusing his ERS? There's no point. I mean, Sociopath's just so far back now.
4 seconds.
Almost 4.5 second gap.
As there's gaps forming everywhere.
Yeah, he may as well just collect up his ERS at this point. I mean, Kane Lowry's just had DRS and ERS used on Cameron and didn't get past it. Oh, he has a snap of oversteer into turn 2 and he's lost it.
Ooh.
He just lost out to Cammy there. Birdie is still going. If for some reason he's still in 4th gear, I probably would have shifted down a gear or 2 there.
But yeah, there are gaps everywhere apart from Colby on Aiden.
Yeah, there's just not a lot happening really. Colby is on the slightly fresher hard tyres as well, by about 5 laps. But his should just be coming in now, about lap 6 or 7. So...
Schnitzy picks up a 3-second time penalty.
It's not going to affect him because, you know, Armin's the only guy left behind him now.
Yeah.
There is a little closeness going on between Sky and Matey Boy, but Sky's hard tyres won't have come in yet. He'll still be scrubbing those ones in. Matey Boy's tyres should be faster, and he has got the most DRS. He's got almost, well, he has now got 100% as he bins it, so he loses both places anyway. And now he's just lit up his tyres, so that won't do him any favours either.
I believe that's Jackie115 saying McLaren, let's go.
Yep, that is Jackie. Kane Lowry is in the pits, and Aiden goes fastest lap 19.542. And that is actually on the hard tyres as well. As Kane Lowry's coming out on a fresh set of softs, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him go with the fastest lap now, as we're getting to the lower end of the fuel scale here, with 9 laps to go. And Matey Boy is on the softs, but he pitted the last lap, so he's almost completed the lap on them now. I say he's almost completed the lap on him, he was just spinning around again in front of Kieran.
Yeah.
And he's now a lap down on them. I don't think he's actually letting them cool down. That's his problem. I think he's trying to gun them straight away again, and all that happens is he takes a massive corner cut and he takes a 3-second penalty for his trouble. And he now pits. I wouldn't retire because you can still pick up a couple of points here for your team as he retires.
Ouch.
Well, that's Haas not picking up any points from this race unless Armin stays out there and collects a couple, because now he'll move up to P14. Okay, so Armin is actually 10 laps down. He's on lap 50 and everyone else is on 25.
Oh, Cameron's on the back of Clay, as I was just sorting out our check-in for tomorrow. Sorry about that, everyone.
Jack Slater is now in the pits after 18 laps on the hards. He'll be going on to the softs, trying to pick up a few points. laps.
Ooh, that is a car going backwards.
Lowry to go fastest here.
What is that? That is the Mercedes of Scotty. No, it is Cammy.
No, you're right, it is. It's Cammy because Scotty's just coming up onto the back of him now. It is, it was Cammy, so the two Mercedes lads are together here. They could actually try and use this to their advantage now and just drag each other around the track for the last few laps. Or at least get Scotty to drag
And
Cameron
that is Cameron passing Clay.
Kane Lowry's making a move on Schnitzy as well, but Schnitzy's just moved out of the way. He knows Kane Lowry's on the fresher, faster tyres. He didn't make any battle of that.
And now Cameron Porter hunting down Ronan Saurus.
Kane Lowry's not used to this. He's not used to being halfway down the field.
No.
He's used to battling at the front with the rest of us.
Wow.
That was a 19.5. I expected him to go a little bit faster than that.
You say the rest of us, I don't finish 10 laps.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Okay, the rest of us in the field that isn't you.
That's better.
He is now inside the top 10. Oh, I was about to tell you Cammy's dropped down. It's because he's pitted for a fresh set of softs.
Yeah, the grid's
as Aiden Gray picks up 3
spreading.
seconds.
We can't really...
And that is going to cost him a position as well, because Coulpy has no penalties and is 2.5 seconds behind him. As Cameron goes 19.2 for the fastest lap. And that is, again, it's on hard tyres, 14 laps old.
Yeah, this race has been all over the place.
Absolutely. I just hope it's better for us when we get round to racing here on Sunday.
And you know what? I'm going to quickly just check something.
Slate a 3-second penalty. But that's not going to matter because the only person behind him now is Arman.
Ah.
Still a whole
That's more disappointment.
Okay, so now it says that Arman is again on lap 27, but it also said he's still ghosted, so...
I don't know what's going on there.
I'm saying I don't actually think he's there. I don't think he's
what's the closest battle? Kane Lowry on Sky.
Yeah, Kane Lowry's flying on those softs. He's put a couple of laps on him now, but he's not managed to break the fastest lap. That is
so
Cameron Porter by about 3/10 over Kane Lowry's time.
We've got 5 laps to go of an absolute hectic race. Who's your driver of the day so far?
I want to see what the last 5 laps do.
Righty-ho.
I mean,
straight to the point.
It's been such a mess. I don't even want to consider it because anything can happen now. I mean, Ronan Saurus is up a lot of places. So is Aiden Gray, to be fair.
This would be Kieran's first win of the season.
I was going to say, if Kieran can hold that position, it would be the first time we've seen him win for a while. You know, and I do like to throw different names out there. I don't like having the same guys as driver of the day all the time. You know, we've had Sociopath, we've had Brontosaurus. Who else have we had? I'm trying to think. Matthias, who is actually racing tonight. That's the one I was trying to think of. You know, I think we've had Warrior as well at one point, who I think Kane Lowry's replaced for the night.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to throw a few different names out there. You know, I don't want to keep using the same guys just because they tend to have the better races all the time. So I was kind of looking at Kieran, but like anything can happen in the next 4 or 5 laps. I mean, he's 23 laps on those tyres. Is he going to get to the end, or is he going to bin it?
Or as Ronan is closing the gap between Sociopath and himself. Gap is now 2.5 tenths.
I mean, would we have called any of these guys on the podium at
No.
the start of the race? You didn't. I mean, I didn't actually throw out a podium, but you did. And
yeah.
Clay and Scott are, in fairness, P5 and P6.
Which ain't bad.
Which ain't bad at all. And you didn't even call Kieran, you called J-Doy, who was actually the first crash.
Yes. Should have bit my own words there.
You should have bit your own words and picked the other McLaren driver.
Yeah. Kieran, as I know you are watching, I am sorry. Just don't bin it.
Well, it does say that he, like me, is a bottle job, so anything can happen. I mean, come on, look at me. I managed to lead or be in the lead position all the way through a wet Imola, and then I bin it on the last lap. Anything can happen.
Oh, yeah.
I say in the lead because technically I was in the lead or within the...
Oh, has Cameron Poulter's now joined the party for Rodent-saurus and Sociopath?
Ooh. I'm surprised at how far Kieran's gone on those medium tyres, to be fair. 24 laps, he's going to have to put 27 on them, which is almost the full race distance. He came in for those at the first safety car.
As J-Doy says, go on Kieran, and Ham says GT7 is so good.
And we're on F1, we don't care about GT7.
Well, I do. I've always liked the Gran Turismo games.
Well, to be fair, it's not that I don't like them, it's just that well, we're on F1.
And Holly says, GT7. Come on Kieran.
Yeah, she's quite surprised to see his Hobbit feet are actually doing something good.
Yeah.
I mean, bearing in mind, she was the one who said he's going to bin it.
Yeah, and so did I.
Although you also said he was going to bin it after 5 laps. She just said he's going to bin it, period.
Kieran, you're welcome. As Aiden's gone.
Aiden's out. That is Aiden out at turn 8.
And is that going to be a safety car?
No, it's too late in the game for the safety car. We're on lap 31 now.
Yeah.
So by the time the safety car came out, it would be 32. And then we'd finish in the safety car. The game won't allow it.
Yeah.
As Armin has finally overtaken Joseph and got into a position of actually picking up a point. And he's now only 2 laps down on Matey Boy's position, according to the game.
So he will pick up 2 points after being 10 minutes down.
Technically, he'll pick up P13 because Aiden is DNF and Matey Boy is DNF. They'll just get automatically...
No, he has to overtake. He has to overtake him.
Well, even so. Then he won't be able to overtake Aiden. He can't overtake Aiden because there's only 2 laps to go and he's about 10 laps down.
So Aiden says, oh, well, whoa, I tried. I can get some points out of today.
Cameron on Ronan there. I'm on board with Ronan. I just saw this Red Bull appear.
Oh...
Yes, I believe you can actually appeal to have your points reinstated.
Yes, you can.
But it depends. Did he drop it on 30 or did he drop it on 31?
31.
Because if he dropped... Yeah, that's alright then, because I was going to say if he dropped it on 30, then he can't. Because 30, 31, 32, 33, that's 4 laps before the finish.
And
I made the same mistake as Brontosaurus, who just lost out to Cameron Poulter. And Sociopath won't lose out to him because they both have 3 seconds, so that was actually 4P3.
Oh, this is getting a bit tasty, no?
Yeah, but even though Cameron is within spitting distance of Sociopath, even if he passes him, it just doesn't matter because he's got to find 3 seconds in a lap and a half. As Jack Slater's just getting out of the way and letting the guys pass.
Just getting them, letting them go
Clay's
at it.
Also done 26 laps, the same as Kieran on those medium tyres.
Oof.
This could be a one-stop race for us, you know.
With safety cars.
I mean, theoretically, it could be a one-stop race for us.
As Scott picks up 3 seconds.
Well done, Scott. Good job. Oh, Cameron got a bit wide there.
So now it is a race.
Penalty and Coulpey's 13 seconds behind, so it's not actually going to cost him anything. As Rhinoceros has now retaken P3, that is the last podium position being contested here.
This is going to be an interesting final lap for the final podium position.
It is. I'm actually going to jump on board with Cameron now because he's the behind driver of the two. If he can keep his grip and stay close enough, he could have a run at him in the second DRS zone. If not, this is Rhinoceros to throw away.
Whoa, Cameron is really sticking on Ronan.
Yeah, and
we could have ourselves a little drag race.
Yeah, Cameron just a couple of laps ago, late brakes into turn 10. Always thinking about it, he's going to have
Cameron just went flat through turn 9.
A little bit of contact there. And he's going to have to go around the outside here. And that's off track. Oh. Did he make a pass off track though?
He did get forced wide.
Yeah, I was going to say there was a bit of forcing wide there as well. I mean, it was
and
really
that's Kieran who takes the win.
Yeah.
Kieran is no longer the B-Tech Thompson.
Clearly not. As Sociopath comes through third, Cameron Sociopath second, Cameron third, Rhinoceros fourth. I got confused between third and fourth happening there.
Kieran is no longer the B-Tech Thompson.
And that's Clay in P5. If Scott ever gets out of turn 16, he will be P6.
As Jado says, yes, my G.
Cool P will take P7. Kane Lowry has come through in P8, but I was going to say he's going to lose out to Sky, who's just behind him because of a penalty, so he goes P9 and Sky goes P8. And then Schnitzy will come through in P10, but again I think he's going to lose out to Cammy here. He does. Cammy goes P10 and
that is it.
Goes P11 and Jack Slater was P12. Aiden should be able to have a points reinstated for P13 there, I think, and Armour finishes P14, which is worth 2 points, which is 2 points more than Haas had a little while ago.
Yeah, Kieran takes the win.
Yeah. Makes a change from crash.
Oh, it does.
Kieran will be happy just to get his flag up on the podium.
Yes. Yes, he will.
His Israeli flag, bless him. So Cammy actually takes the fastest lap with an 18.5, which I didn't spot happen.
Neither did I.
No, that was a great lap there. So, and of course he is top 10, so he will actually ensure that he keeps that fastest lap as well. Jack Slate was a lap down, Aiden Gray was 4 laps down, and Armin, it says he DNF.
Oh.
I didn't see him DNF.
Scott's just said to get
occupied the last few laps.
Scott's just said to get a P6 from a drive-through and wing damage first lap, having to pit lap 2 for a drive-through and 3 for wing damage. Not too shabby.
No, not at all. He did all right there, because I did say right at the start he had to pit at the end of lap 1, beginning of 2 for his drive-through, and then he had to pit again at the end of 2 to start of 3 for a wing as well as a new set of tyres. So
I think this one's going to be a talk about.
Laps down. Well, I'm just saying what the game said, Aiden. Don't cry about it. So Scott says, Kieran, you took your time to win your first race, but you're still a win behind me, B-Tech Thompson.
This was Kieran's first win?
I think it's his first win of the season.
Well,
I don't think
either way,
it's his first win ever.
This is one for us to talk about, I believe.
It is.
Okie dokie. Well, after that chaotic race here at Spain, I've been quite surprised.
And he forgot who he was there just for a second.
Yeah, but I have been CDR Ninja. I've been joined by the not so great Mechanica, We'll see you back out on track on Sunday.